Hola alumnos, ¿cómo están? Espero que bien. Vamos ahora a seguir hablando, ahora parte número 9 de nuestro tutorial para el examen de AP. Vamos a ver ahora en pequeñas partes del examen. La primera parte que es la parte que es 50% del examen, que es de opción múltiple, y algunos consejos que podemos, o sí, algunas sugerencias para que puedas hacer mejor el examen. Dice, this section accounts for 50% of the total exam and assesses interpretive communication by asking you to identify the main points, significant details, and purpose and intended audience of a variety of texts, and to make inferences and predictions based on them. All right? Entonces, hay información importante aquí, ¿sí? Entonces, esa parte es importante ver que va a ser preguntas de todo tipo, ¿sí? Sigamos. Some questions require you to show understanding of culture, of interdisciplinary information included in the text. Each selection is accompanied by an advanced organizer or a preview of information that identifies the theme and provides information such as the topic and the date and place of publication. There's no credit deducted for incorrect responses, but you can only build your score with correct responses. So focus on what is being asked to make the best choice. Bien, takeouts from here. I think that this is a keyword, interdisciplinary information through the different, orographic organizers, okay? Advanced organizers. So pretty much reading texts that are in boxes and, those charts that you can identify and make sense of it. So let's see the part 1. Interpretive communication with print text only, okay? You interpret a variety of authentic print texts, including journalistic and literary texts, announcements, advertisement, letters, maps, and tables, followed by multiple choice questions. There are 4 types of readings: an advertisement, a literature text, an article with a chart, and a letter. There are a total of 30 questions to test your comprehension of part A. Entonces, vamos a ver. Advertisement no hay muchas palabras, es fácil. A literary text, that's a little harder. An article, even harder. Chart and letter, easier. Not too bad. There are a total of 30 questions again. Okay. So let's see the strategies. If the text is a literary passage, it is most likely an excerpt. Focus on the text provided. Pace yourself. That's a good one. I think that's basic for all of us, because reading sometimes takes longer, and sometimes you don't have the time to read it twice. So let's see here. Pace yourself so you can read through all the text selections. Any visual components will help you speed up the process, yes? The maps, graphics, etc., charts. Underline and circle exactly what I'm doing right now, right? But in a paper. What seems most important to help you focus on what you may need later. There's not enough time to completely reread. Not enough time. Okay, so you need to really be on top of your game and read faster. Strive to identify the most important information and purpose of the selection. The next one, concentrate on main points. Identify who, what, where, and focus on interesting details, purpose, and intended audience. Okay. Use higher ordering thinking skills to help you infer, evaluate, or predict, since there will be a question designed to elicit this information. Vamos ahora a ver la parte la parte B del examen. This is a little different because it's not only text now, but now we have audio text combined with that text, okay? And then after that, you're going to have only audio text, okay? You will interpret a variety of authentic audio, what do we mean with authentic? It's from that country, a particular country that speaks Spanish. It's not going to be something that has been modified for you as a learner of the language, but it's going to be just a normal text from that country. So that can be challenging sometimes because they're not going to slow down the speed at all. So this could be interviews. So how do you study for this? Well, go and have some podcasts on Spotify, that you can listen to of whatever topic that you're interested in. I think that would be a great one. Then have, there it is. Go to YouTube and watch videos of interviews in Spanish from authentic sources. Public service announcements, conversations, and brief presentations. All right, let's move on. Note that there are two subsections. The first one, it's again, we already talked about this. The audio and text pair together. And this text could be easy text. Okay, you're not going to have a lot of reading because you need time also to listen, right? So it's going to be more likely a table, charts, maps, or graphs. You may have an audio narrative or report, an accompanying article, or you may have a conversation and an accompanying chart or table. There are an equal number of questions designed for both the print text you will read and the audio text you will hear, as well as questions that require you to synthesize information from both sources. The second includes just the audio. You may hear that an interview or narrative or presentation or an informative set of instructions or podcast or something similar. There will be 3 different types of audio sources, each followed by multiple choice questions. How many audios? 3 different audios, okay? All right, you will have time to read and the preview, advanced organizer, and skim the questions before listening to the audio. And this is super important. If you have that information before reading and before listening, I strongly recommend that you actually, go through it before you start listening because you can only listen twice. So you need to know exactly what are some questions or if there are any extra information. Okay, so let's read here. Strategies. Remember that both print and audio sources are equally important in this section and must be used together to answer comprehension questions. So they are merged, so they are supporting each other. And that's a good thing. I can help you. Always read over the questions and options before listening to the audio text so that you know what information you will need. The questions can be tricky. Words used in the recording may lead you to the wrong choice, and that's tricky. That's really important to know. Not just because you understand one word doesn't mean that's exactly what they're talking about. You need to understand the context, right, and how they're using that word. Do not answer a choice just because you heard a particular word. Use reasoning and logic. Remember when we were watching the series and sometimes I said, look at this sentence structure. Does this sentence say anything about this other thing? No, but that's exactly what they meant, right? So those kind of things you need to understand. Okay, yeah. Moving on. Note clues such as setting and other general information. Okay, clues, find clues, setting and other general information. Okay, in the source. When listening to the audio text, do not linger on previous phrases or words you heard and did not understand. Doing so can cause you to miss what is said next. Focus on what you do understand. Okay, use the process of elimination to rule the wrong answers. That is true, and I know it's common knowledge, you already know this, but again, process of elimination is the way to go for multiple choice. Since you will listen to an audio source twice, consider the following strategy. On the first time you're listening, pay attention to the purpose of the message, the main ideas, and who is speaking, right? On the second time that you listen, pay attention to the details like dates, numbers, facts, results to gain a better understanding of the audio. And pay attention to anything that you did not quite get the first time. Complete part one of multiple choice questions the first time you listen, and then complete the rest after the second part you listen. Of course, it makes sense. Well, you just answer what you can. You cannot answer, just guessing, right? All right, so cognates are good, most of the time. Sometimes it can be tricky, but most of the time you're fine with cognates. All right, we're going to stop here and we're going to jump to video number 10 later on. I hope you enjoy this tutorial for the first part of the test. Nos vemos. Adiós.